Hello everyone. Welcome back to my channel. Welcome if you're new. My name is Kim, and this is Q&A, where I answer your questions, and hopefully I can answer them. It's Friday. Happy Friday. We made it through the week. Unscathed, I hope. I hope you are managing your stress. I hope you're doing well. I'm doing okay. I'm hanging in there. Lots going on in the news, obviously. Where do I begin? First of all, everything I say here is for entertainment purposes only. Everything I say here is for informational purposes only. Everything I say here is alleged. Where do I begin? People saying crazy things, absurd things, people showing that they have no humanity. You could guess who I'm talking about. Could be anybody. Not anybody, but you know. Stuff about the Epstein files. I did say this month will be very revealing. Now, will he get actual consequences? That remains to be seen. Energetically, I don't see it. Maybe in the court of public opinion, but someone actually doing something, no. I say that because... I say all of that because he has been proven to be what he is in the courts. And he's president, so that's where we are with that. He is now calling it a hoax. It's what he does. People will believe that it's a hoax. People are starting to spin this thing of what that is because his name is being mentioned from this estate directly. So he's calling it a hoax in one breath, but saying he's investigating Bill Clinton in the other. So we can't have it both ways. But I want y'all to understand something that I always talk about with this person, is that he doesn't care. It's bad for him. Absolutely. It's not good for his health. But will he actually get handcuffs put on him or thrown out the White House? No. Okay, so I'm not saying this doesn't look bad for him. I'm not saying he is nervous about, he's been avoiding. I'm not saying he didn't already destroy evidence. But he didn't. I don't think he counted in that the estate, there's a lot of stuff that they have that they're releasing to working with the Democrats. I don't care who's in this thing. At this point, y'all know my opinion about this whole thing. My overall overarching energy about anything that's corrupt is, what are you going to do about it? We could have hearings. We could talk about it. You could show emails. You could show lists. What will you do about it? That is the point. For me, if you're not going to do anything about it, I don't care. I don't care to know. I don't want to know. I don't care. What will you do about it? Will people demand something be done? Will they do anything? No, they won't. Because they just lie and circumvent the law and ignore the law. So people are excited. I get it, but we have to pull back the lens and really look at the bigger picture and the real change that needs to happen. Will someone do something about it? We have hearings and people are exposed. That has been happening. If you watch C-SPAN, there's a lot going on. But nothing comes of it. It's a dog and pony show. And that's the biggest frustration for me about it. I don't want to be negative Nelly. I don't want to rain on anyone's parade. But the energy is always, okay, what will you do about this? What will anyone do about it? The people know what to do. We know the assignment for the most part. I hope a lot of us are sort of past waiting for people to come and save us. Because I'll look into it. I will look into tomorrow. I'll explore this. I'll continue exploring change. I have a headache. I'll continue exploring change. Honestly, I think I just need a break. A little break from this. Talking about politics and all the energy. So it's not heavy energy, honestly. This month feels like recovering, sort of lighter exposure, things happening and progressing forward. Watch my monthly video if you haven't, because a lot of what I said, it seems to be unfolding here. And let's get into the questions. Let's just jump in, why don't we? Instead of me yammering on, let me refresh. Okay. Okay. The first question is from Bonnie. I have not heard you speak with Edgar for a while. He predicted Trump's decease. Trump's dying by first week of October. Could you ask him to comment on that? I've talked about this before. An update on his regarding this prediction. Okay. I can try. I haven't been doing a lot of connecting. Because my energy has been, anyway, it doesn't matter. I'll just try. So let me pull some cards. Donald Trump has a lot of. Am I using this deck? I feel like I need to use this one. He has a lot. The Lovers on both. That's interesting. The Lovers is on both of these bottom. He has issues with his heart. I'm hearing. I talked about that before. I also remember saying, when I asked a few weeks ago, back in October, when I asked about that again, I was told there's no exact estimate. Turn this heat off. This Epstein thing is causing a lot of stress for his health. It's causing a lot of it. I didn't even. Page of Cups in reverse. I have to shuffle again. These are the same cards. Okay. He has a lot of access. He gets a lot of treatment. I feel kind of blocked in the energy. Let's see here. Donald Trump. He definitely didn't tweet those things that he, I said tweet, whatever he used as Truth Social. That wasn't him. I could tell you that wasn't him that wrote those things. I have a country to run. That was not his verbiage. He's not writing those things. Knight of Wands. I felt that in the energy. Show me there's Queen of Swords, King of Swords. Knight of Cups. Knight of Wands, King of Swords, Knight of Cups. See, what I'm saying is he has a lot of protection. This is messing him up, though. Eight of Swords on the bottom. The Empress, the Magician. Eight of Wands. The Hierophant. I'll give you your answer. 1 second. Page of Cups. Four of Wands. Same cards wanted to come out before. Queen of Pentacles. Tell me his health outcome currently. King of Cups. Then what the heck is this? King of Swords. Did I say that? Seven of Swords. Okay. All right. I'm going to be energetically, I feel, and what I'm hearing, honestly, is that he's gotten a lot of treatment. And so may have, like when I pulled for him last time, these treatments that he's been getting may have been helping. Now, if he is, when I pulled for him, it was showing me how he's viewing his health, which may not be in reality. But all of these, the way I'm interpreting this Seven of Swords here. Okay, I'll get to that. I'll get to it. So you have the High Priestess here. Mystery and secrets, right? So again, they don't really know what will words. These court cards here. The pages, the queen, the kings, the queen of Pentacles, the king of swords, the knight of cups, the page of cups, the knight of wands. That's the treatment. That's the protection, it feels like. Okay. And so this Eight of Wands here, he's made some progress health-wise because of these treatments. And it feels like, what's the word? Aggressive treatments. Okay. That's what it feels like. And the Four of Wands here feels like, he may have, with these treatments, he may have, I'm going to tell you what I'm hearing in a second, but he may have had some sort of stable foundation. But there's still a mystery surrounding his health. Will it stick? Will it, will the treatments continue to work long term? That's what's all in this energy as well. It's a lot of questions. That's why this is the only major card here, the High Priestess. There's a lot of secrets surrounding his health. Even things they may not even be fully telling him. Or people not necessarily hiding things from him, but it could be them hiding. It could be them hiding things from the public, but it feels like a lot of mystery around his health and secret around his health. And High Priestess is also a very spiritual card. Can I have a clarifier for the High Priestess? What is the secret and what is the mystery concerning, if you could tell me? King of Wands on the bottom, all these court cards. Three of Pentacles in reverse. It may not be working. This is short-term progress, but the secret is it's not long-term progress. Because the Seven of Swords is the ultimate overarching, even though this is a minor card, everyday stuff. The Seven of Swords is like, outside of being about like lies and corruption, it's also like flimsiness, You have a plan or an idea or something, but it's not really stable or strong. Okay? So, regarding the prediction about his essence leaving. He has so much. I heard something about Christmas, or he won't make it deep into the next year. There's so much like the treatment there, all of this is like treatment, like I said, and it's not long term though, because of these two cards here. Three of Pentacles in reverse. The mystery, the secret, things could turn unstable at any given moment very quickly with the Eight of Wands here. All this, he has so much stress is what I'm hearing from Edgar. There's a lot of stress, obviously, with everything going on, but there's more to it. There's more to it. The traveling, when he has to travel, he has to do so much. He has to get checked, and it takes a huge strain on his body. He's not doing any work, though, at the same time. He's not doing any work. And they're hiding so much, too. I'm hearing they're hiding things from him, which is not really... It's like if they minimize... Does he minimize? Or it feels like right now they're not being super upfront about... He knows he's unwell, but because he's gotten a second wind, I guess you could say. But remember that Three of Pentacles in reverse with the High Priestess and the Eight of Wands next to those two cards is like it could turn. It's not something that's long-term stability and reliable, whatever treatments there. You know, he got a second wind. But he's getting a lot of treatment, and he is not for the long term. He's putting a band-aid is what I just heard. Okay. So yeah, see, you know, I'm not doing a death watch, but he is very weak. Any sort of traveling is dangerous for him. And while he's getting a lot of treatment that seems to be putting a band-aid on things that has given him some vitality, the reality is that it's not long term. And it's really, they don't, it also feels like they don't have the full, it's like they're just focused on day by day, week by week, month by month. They don't have the full gamut of like knowing this long term, this will be good for him. And it's his heart. Okay. He has he has dementia. He has neurological issues due to his aging, but his heart is the real problem. His heart is the real issue. Okay. Next question. Next question is from Kim F. Hello, Kim. Kim, do you ever see something like a coalition, U.S. government in the next year? The next year? A coalition. In the next year. Let me ask. Let me see. No. In the next year, no. The scope of the United States has to change for that to happen. Many years from now, yes, but next year, no. There's a lot of things that has to change. The government will change. It won't look the same in the next coming years, but next year, no, I don't see that. Yeah. It would be dope though if that'd be cool. That would be real cool. But I keep hearing radical change, that we would have to change radically the scope of it. And it will, but not now. Not now. Okay. Next question. I don't think I could say this name. Oh, I can say it. It just says Michelle. Michelle. Hey, wait, what happened? Oh, okay. Kim, when will Medicare for all be passed? Thank you, and bless you. Bless you as well. When will Medicare for all be passed? Okay. I'm going to say never, but I heard never. Never ever. It won't happen because of the way this country is set up. It won't ever happen. I shouldn't say that. Anything's possible, but I don't see it in our lifetime. Oh, the sun in reverse. There will have to be a leader. It will have to be Medicare for all. There would have to be a leader of the United States to pursue something like that. And so when you look at the landscape of our leaders now, would they pursue something, even though it's completely possible and doable, given and listen, I'm not an anti-capitalist. I think capitalism needs to be extremely regulated, yes. But given the landscape of our economy and of the people who are running things, I don't see that. I don't see it in the energy because there's so much up in the air. Michelle, there's a lot up in the air. There's a lot of things happening at once. But while all that is happening, yes, we're like being pushed up. Things are changing for the better. We are changing, the people, for the better. But in order for Medicare, even universal health care to happen, the complete landscape, we would need someone who is the opposite of what is being presented to us. Younger, more progressive leaders who actually genuinely care. And we're not quite there yet. We have those people that exist, yes, but it's a power, it's a power grab. It's, but it's possible with the sun, but I don't see it as something that what I do see? I don't know how that would happen, but for some reason I see a state trying something like that. Like a blue state, someone implementing something like that within their state. I see that. I do see that. Okay? It feels like I I keep hearing the word pilot. Like it feels like something they would try out in our lifetime. What I do see, as I'm looking at this, it's so interesting. I see states are, states make the choices on how funds go and things. I feel like that because of this administration, there'll be even more independence. I'm not talking about like states leaving the union, but those kind of changes will happen. Because of this lawlessness, because of this terribleness, because we don't have a government, the country's being ripped apart internally. I don't mean to sound dramatic. But we have to call, or attempted to be ripped apart, I should say. That would be a result of states really asserting their statehood more and circumventing perhaps the federal government. I know that's controversial, but it won't be like I just see that. I see that as a very strong possibility. Okay. A state stepping up and saying, let's try this. Okay. Good question. All right. Next question. Hold on. Did I skip? I think I skipped. Okay, next question is Misty Eddie. Hi Kim, could you please look at President Samia in Tanzania? She has taken my beloved country, into a Trump direction. That's a shame. The election for her second term was really bad. Tanzania is known as a peaceful country. She has disappeared people prior to the election. She refused to let any opposition candidate on the ballot. Once the people of Tanzania found out what was going on, they started to protest, and the protesters were shot. Wow. This has never happened in Tanzania before. She had the internet and phone cut off. Wow. And instituted total lockdown of the country. Tanzania was a democracy. Can you see her getting away with this? There's a lot of energy surrounding us. I feel as though this needs more attention. Just saw the Eight of Swords. Show me her outcome. What does she look like? I see her in my head, but I want to see if it's Tanzanian president. Tanzania? Is that what it's called? I feel like I was saying it wrong. Tanzania. I think it's Tanzania. Let me know if I'm right, guys. Tanzania. Tanzania. President vows to investigate voter violence. Acknowledges deaths. She's wearing glasses. She looks like how I pictured her. Very interesting. I saw someone wearing glasses. She looks exactly like I saw her in my head. She's wearing a hijab. I didn't see that. I saw her hair, but I saw her wearing these exact glasses. Wow. There's a lot of energy surrounding her. She's mysterious. She's very mysterious. Okay, show me her outcome. Nine of Wands. Interesting. She persists. She doesn't have a lot of emotions in her face or in her eyes. She's smiling here a little bit, but her eyes don't smile. There's nothing there. Four of Swords on the bottom. Queen of Cups. Interesting. Four of Pentacles. Ten of Swords. King of Swords. The World. Two of Wands. Ten of Wands. Two tens. And Judgment. Give me the ultimate outcome for her. Ace of Swords. Five of Pentacles. Five of Pentacles. Isolation. Two tens. Ten of Wands and Ten of Swords. Is she actually really in charge? There are people behind her. I'm gonna be honest with you. She might be the scapegoat here. You know, I'm not saying she's a babe in the woods, but it feels like she doesn't have full control here. A lot of truths, if they haven't already, will come out here. She's very, there's something wrong. You know, she may not be the one like pulling the strings. That's what it feels like in energy. Judgment and a World are the two major cards here. Judgment is about taking responsibility for your actions. It's a card of karma. So is the World. The World is about like change and new cycles happening. Five of Pentacles is the ultimate. I mean, these are the major cards. This is the prominent energy here. Okay, so Judgment is about discernment, integrity, doing the right thing. It's a card of rebirth. It's a card of karma. you know, the things that you put out into the world, you get back, and the world is here. Okay, so I honestly cannot tell. In her energy, it doesn't feel dark. I'm being honest. There's not much though. I don't know if she has advisors and they may be the ones that is pulling the strings, really. It feels like people telling her what to do. I'm not trying to absolve her of anything, but that's what I feel in the energy. Ten of Wands is very burdensome. Ten of Swords. That's why I feel like she's sort of taking. She's the scapegoat for some, you know, she's the president, you know. She's the one that's supposed to be the main one in charge, but there's something shady going on. There's something shady there. You know, four of Pentacles though. This Nine of Wands, you know, is about perseverance and pushing forward. Things are hard for her. I could, you know, the 2 10s there could be an end to burdens, and you know, could be. This is also painful for her. You know, she's very isolated with the 5 of Pentacles. She, you know, it's like the one left out in the cold, the one taking the blame, the one getting the short end of the stick. There's something shady going on here and within her people. Whoever advises her, she may not be the one in control. I'm being honest here. She's holding this balance though. This 4 of Pentacles is about not letting go of something. The Queen of Cups is here. It's about compassion, intuition. And then the 9 of Wands is on the other side of it. Will be her second term. She's, you know, the King of Swords here is truth. Something will come out. This needs more attention, but more stuff will come out. I don't see what the outcome will be, but I do. What I'm hearing and what I'm being shown is that she is not the one that's fully in control. She might be controlled and, you know, be the fall guy here. Okay? Oh, all right. Very interesting that I could see her glasses, her image. Next question. How long have I been speaking? So I feel like I'm moving very slow and I don't want to. Let's see. Four minutes. Okay. Okay, next question is from a trio? Eyesight issues, guys. Okay. Hi, Kim. I'm curious about something. Do you see the national protests amping up and growing in number even a little bit? Okay. Even throughout the colder months, also, will protests die down when Vance takes over or become even larger? I have a feeling that the American people will want him gone too. It's about to be a cold winter. When he becomes president, there will be a lot of difficulty in the streets. Do I see national protests growing? Let's see here. When Trump goes, yes. As long as his essence remains, no. Because the energy, people see what is happening. They see now. Well, they have always seen, but they're not coming out to the streets like that because of him. That's what they want, and I think that's what people understand. They gave that secret away. They want people in the streets protesting so that they can do what they need to do. They can't do much when people are peacefully protesting. But, when you had Black Lives Matter happening, I mean, it was, of course, deemed as aggressive because of who were protesting, but it was a lot. It was all the time. But our community is not doing that because, but amping up, not until he goes. 5 Pentacles on the bottom again. Justice. Death. High Priestess. Major cards. Queen of Pentacles. Yes is the answer. We will know when. We will know when it's time to do that. Things have to feel more stable for us. Death is here. Could be the death of who. Maybe death is about letting go of things no longer serve us. Death is transformative, transformation, and justice. Vindication, find the balance. Okay, these 3 things need to be in alignment completely for people to start really demanding, to start amping up and protesting. And like I said, what Edgar said, the what's the word? Rousing. Okay. 3 big major cards. That's big energy there. Okay, next question. Okay, next question is from Lisa W. Hey Kim, hello. Is our military active behind the scenes to be loyal to the Constitution and protect us from enemies, foreign and domestic? Yes. Yes, there are people in the military who knows what their job is. There are people in the military who the military morale is very low right now. I've talked about this before. And they're following orders. They have to. But it also feels like there's some... That's why he had that big meeting, because people don't take them seriously. like I said, that was to show their power, and that's exactly what happened. To answer your question is yes. I'm going to pull 2 quick cards, maybe 3. Hermit is on the bottom. 6 of Pentacles. The Moon. A lot of uncertainty. Eight of Cups. Knight of Cups in reverse. Ace of Cups. Lots of cups. A lot of intuition and very interesting. 6 of Wands. 2 of Swords. 9 of Wands. Okay. There's no guidance. No real guidance. Lots of uncertainty. Okay. Things, possibly happening in the cover of darkness. 6 of Pentacles is a give and take. It's a charity sort of energy. It reminds me of assistance. Being open to receiving. And there's an uncertainty with that. Receiving orders, receiving, giving orders, giving, 8 of Cups is a card of, do I stay or do I go? As a lot of people might be even questioning that in the military. 8 of Cups is a card of walking off to something better, walking into something better despite not knowing. There's a lot of uncertainty surrounding people who are in the military. They don't know where they're going. Will we be in war? They don't have no clue. There's no real chain of command. And that is sick. Knight of Cups in reverse is your reputation. People aren't happy here. Lots of cups. You're not doing a good performance, with the Knight of Cups in reverse. People are not wanting to be recruited into the military. Knight of Cups, this is reminding me, even though Cups is about emotions, but it's when it comes to, I'm looking at the energy of the military. It's like, what's their top thing that they do is recruit. They're not doing much. Things don't look good to the outside observer right now. Okay. That's why it's in reverse, the Knight of Cups, because the Knight of Cups is service. When you think about like jobs, let's say, it's about how you get clients, how you get people to join you. This is in reverse. Ace of Cups. New beginnings. Intuition, trusting your intuition, having a clear path, compassion, empathy. That's upright. They want to get back to that, perhaps. This is what drew them into the military, I guess. 6 of Wands is like your reputation as well. Is victory, support. They're trying to get to this. This is in the middle. And things are uncertain. Okay? But yes. Yes, the answer is yes. There are people who actually know what their assignment is. They hate Pete Hegseth, by the way. They do not like that man. There's some, of course, there are those who are just like him. Anyway, child, the military is a sick, crazy place. Sometimes, well, that's a whole other video, but yes, there are people who want to, it's not the safest place for women, especially now. Okay, or people within the alphabet community. But that wasn't your question. Yes, the answer is yes. Jojo, hi, I'm curious about where the tariff money has ended up. Maybe in the pockets of some politicians. Will SCOTUS order reimbursement to U.S. citizens? No. No. No, they will not. Do you see where he goes and who he is connected to, Donald Trump? He's a bag man. Remember? And the money is going to... Do you see who he aligns himself with? Terrorists, alleged terrorists, you know, dictators. He does not like America, Donald Trump. He doesn't like Americans. He does not like us. I've said that before he won. Just the way he talks about it, he was talking about this country. And you can clearly see the things that he does and the deals that he makes. That's where the money is going. Now, what he gets in exchange for it, I have no clue. Money's going in their pockets too, but... Seven of Cups. I don't even know what Oh, your question was about SCOTUS. No, they're not going to... No. The answer is no. Betrayal, connection, bad decisions, just having a good old time with whoever, roguery, corruption, dissonance. SCOTUS won't do much, no. Nope. Telling you, he just has to go. I am telling y'all.